You know, as we get older, there's often this quiet, nagging feeling that our minds just aren't as sharp as they once were. Maybe you've had those moments, standing in the middle of a room, wondering why you went in there. Or the more frustrating ones, when a name or word dances just beyond your reach. You're not alone. You might even hear friends or family say the same thing, how they just can't remember things like they used to. But here's the good news. It's not something you have to accept as inevitable. In fact, there are small, meaningful changes you can make, starting today, that can help keep your mind sharp and your memory strong. Today, we're going to talk about some very simple, yet deeply effective habits that you can start weaving into your life right now to avoid memory loss and improve brain health after 60. And don't worry, these aren't complicated or time-consuming. They're practical, gentle, and honestly, quite doable, no matter your age or schedule. You see, memory loss isn't just about aging, it's about how we care for our minds as we age. And the beautiful part? By adopting just a few new habits, you can help your mind stay clear, focused, and vibrant for many years to come. In this video, we'll go over 5 powerful habits that will boost your memory, sharpen your focus, and even help you feel more energized in your day-to-day life. Let's begin with the very first habit: exercise. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Exercise? At my age? Maybe you're picturing heavy weights or long-distance runs and it feels out of reach. But let me tell you this. You don't need to be a gym hero to feel the incredible benefits of moving your body. In fact, the secret lies in something much more approachable. Regular, moderate activity that gently gets your heart pumping. Imagine a peaceful walk through the park, a leisurely bike ride on a sunny day, or even just stretching in the morning light. These simple movements can do wonders, not just for your body, but especially for your brain. You might be surprised to hear this, but the act of simply moving your body improves your memory. When you exercise, your body releases feel-good chemicals and increases blood flow to your brain, nourishing it, supporting it, helping it function at its best. It makes storing and recalling information much easier. And there's something else. Exercise also helps you release stress. And stress, especially the kind that builds up quietly over time, can wreak havoc on your memory. It causes your body to produce cortisol, a hormone that interferes with how your brain stores information. But by reducing stress through regular activity, you're giving your brain a chance to breathe, to reset, to thrive. Now, if the idea of starting an exercise routine feels daunting, that's okay. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Start small. Just aim for 10 to 15 minutes of walking each day, that's it. As it becomes part of your routine, you can build from there, or try other gentle activities you enjoy. The goal is simple: keep moving and find joy in the movement. Let's move on to the second habit: staying social. And no, I don't just mean the occasional chat with family or neighbors over coffee, although those are lovely too. I'm talking about actively engaging in meaningful social interactions. This is one of those things that many people tend to overlook as they get older. But the truth is, your brain needs connection. Every time you interact with someone, whether it's sharing a laugh, having a thoughtful conversation, or joining a group activity, you're giving your brain a workout. It stays alert. It engages multiple parts of your mind. It's like lifting weights, but for your thoughts, your emotions, your memory. Studies have shown that socializing can boost your cognitive function, lift your mood, and protect your memory. It helps you stay mentally resilient and emotionally strong. Now, I know that as we grow older, it can feel easier to keep to ourselves. Maybe we don't feel as energetic, or perhaps we've lost touch with certain circles. But please remember this: you are never too old to connect. Your brain is still hungry for conversation, still eager for laughter, still open to love and belonging. So join a group. Pick up an old hobby, or start a new one. Volunteer for something you care about. Even something as simple as a weekly game night or a local book club can do so much for your mental well-being. And never underestimate the magic of family time. A shared meal, a Sunday outing, a phone call from a grandchild. These moments are healing. They bring warmth to the heart and strength to the mind. Now that we've talked about the importance of movement and meaningful connection, let's explore the third habit, staying mentally active. Just like your body, your brain craves stimulation. It wants to be challenged. It wants to grow. Think of it this way. When you stop learning, your brain starts slowing. But when you stay curious, when you keep feeding your mind with new knowledge or new puzzles, it wakes up. It comes alive. So what does staying mentally active actually look like? It could be as simple as reading every day, solving puzzles or crosswords, learning a new skill, or picking up a hobby that stretches your thinking. Have you ever wanted to try painting, learn a new language, maybe take up a musical instrument? Now is the perfect time. You see, every time you challenge your brain, you're helping it form new connections. And the more connections it forms, the stronger and sharper it becomes. It's like watering a plant. The more you tend to it, the more it blooms. So don't be afraid to explore, to try something new. The joy of learning is timeless, and so is the reward it brings. And with that, we've now covered 3 powerful habits to help avoid memory loss: exercise, social connection, mental stimulation. But don't go anywhere just yet, because we're not finished. There are 2 more simple but powerful habits still to come, and I promise, they can make all the difference in keeping your mind strong and your spirit bright. So now that we've talked about getting your body moving, staying social, and keeping your brain busy with new challenges, let's talk about something that often gets overlooked, but plays a massive role in how, well, your memory works: sleep. Yes, good old-fashioned rest. You might be thinking, well, I do sleep, but I still feel tired in the morning. Or maybe you found it harder to fall asleep as you've gotten older. That's completely normal. Sleep patterns do change with age, but what many people don't realize is just how deeply connected sleep is to memory. When you sleep, especially during deep sleep stages, your brain is hard at work, processing and storing information from the day. It's like your brain's overnight cleanup crew, quietly organizing, sorting, and filing memories away. But if you're not getting enough restful sleep, your brain can't do its job properly. And that's when you start to notice things slipping, forgetting appointments, struggling to recall names, feeling foggy. The good news? There are simple, life-changing ways to improve your sleep. One of the best things you can do is stick to a regular sleep schedule. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends, trains your body to know when it's time to rest. Also, try creating a calming nighttime routine. Maybe that's a warm bath, reading a few pages of a book, or listening to gentle music. The goal is to let your mind and body wind down, to gently transition into rest. And don't underestimate the power of a cozy, quiet bedroom. A cool, dark, peaceful space can do wonders for helping you sleep more deeply. If you find yourself waking often or having trouble falling asleep, don't hesitate to talk to your doctor. Sometimes it's just a matter of adjusting your evening habits or cutting back on caffeine and screen time before bed. Small changes, big results. Now, on to another habit that can really make a difference: what you eat. Yes, what goes on your plate has a direct effect on your brain. We often think of food as fuel for the body, but it's just as important for the mind. Think about it like this. If you put low-quality fuel in a car, it's not going to run very well, right? Same goes for your brain. Foods rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, vitamins, and minerals actually help protect your brain and even support the growth of new brain cells. I'm talking about things like berries, nuts, leafy greens, fish like salmon, and yes, even a bit of dark chocolate now and then. These are all brain-boosting foods linked to better memory and slower cognitive decline. But here's something important. You don't have to change everything overnight. Start small. Add a handful of blueberries to your breakfast. Swap out a processed snack for some almonds. Try cooking with olive oil instead of butter once in a while. Have a fresh salad with dinner. These little changes add up. Over time, they can create a huge impact, especially when they become part of your everyday routine. And here's something really encouraging. Eating for your brain doesn't mean giving up the foods you love. It's not about cutting everything out, it's about adding in the good stuff. Think of it as nourishing your mind. Every meal is a chance to support your memory, your focus, and your overall well-being. Now, I want to touch on something that connects to all of these habits. And it's something many people don't even realize is affecting them. Stress. Believe it or not, chronic stress is one of the biggest enemies of a healthy memory. It slowly chips away at your ability to focus. Remember and stay mentally clear, and the worst part? You might not even realize how much stress you're carrying. Life after 60 can bring its own set of challenges. Health concerns, family responsibilities, finances, or just the changes that come with getting older. But how you respond to that stress, that makes all the difference. You don't have to carry it all on your shoulders. One of the best things you can do for your memory is to create moments of peace in your day. It doesn't have to be big or fancy. It could be as simple as sitting outside, breathing deeply for 5 minutes, doing gentle stretching, writing in a journal, even just talking to someone, a friend, a neighbor, or a therapist can help. You release the weight you might be carrying inside. Some people find peace in prayer or meditation. Others enjoy quiet hobbies like knitting, gardening, painting. The activity itself doesn't matter as much as how it makes you feel. If it helps you relax, you're doing your brain a huge favor. Because when you manage your stress, you give your brain space to focus, to remember, and to feel calm. It's all connected, really. Your body, your mind, your emotions. They work together, and when one part is out of balance, it can affect everything else. But when you build habits that support all of those areas, that's when the magic starts to happen. You begin to notice that you're thinking more clearly, remembering more easily, and maybe even feeling a little younger, a little more energized. So we've talked about movement, connection, mental stimulation, sleep, food, and stress. Each one important on its own, but together, they're powerful. And the best part? These are all things completely within your control. You don't need fancy treatments. You don't need expensive supplements. You just need to believe that you can make a difference in how your brain ages, because you absolutely can. Now, before we wrap this up, there's one more powerful habit I want to share with you. And it might surprise you because it's something so simple, yet so incredibly effective at preserving memory and overall mental well-being: gratitude. Yes, taking just a few minutes each day to focus on what you're thankful for. You might be wondering, what does gratitude have to do with memory? More than most people realize. You see, when you shift your focus toward what's good in your life, no matter how small, it reduces stress, improves sleep, boosts your mood, and even strengthens neural connections in the brain. When you feel calm and content, your mind becomes sharper. Thoughts become clearer. It's like opening a window and letting fresh air into a stuffy room. You don't need a fancy journal or a big routine. Just start by thinking of 1 or 2 things each day that made you smile. Maybe it was the sound of birds in the morning, a warm cup of tea, a phone call from a loved one, the smell of dinner cooking. These little moments, when acknowledged, create positive patterns in your brain that support better memory and a stronger sense of well-being. Some people like to say it out loud. Others prefer writing it down. Do what feels right for you. The important thing is to notice the good. It's there, even on the hard days. And the more you train your brain to notice it, the more natural it becomes. Over time, your outlook begins to shift, and you'll likely find yourself feeling more at peace, more present, and yes, more mentally sharp. Now, let's take a breath. Here, we've covered a lot, haven't we? Moving your body, staying connected, challenging your brain, sleeping well, eating right, managing stress, and embracing gratitude. These aren't just random tips. They're small, doable habits that can completely transform how your brain ages. And here's the really beautiful part. You don't have to do them all at once. This isn't about being perfect or turning your life upside down. It's about gently weaving a few new habits into your day and letting them grow over time. Start with the one that feels easiest or most enjoyable to you, then build from there. Maybe tomorrow morning, instead of skipping breakfast, you'll sit down with a bowl of oatmeal and a few fresh berries. Maybe next week you'll call up a friend you haven't spoken to in a while. Or perhaps you'll decide to take a short walk after lunch every day. These are the kinds of steps that matter. They don't take much time, but they add up to something powerful. I want you to remember something really important. You are not too old to improve your memory. You are not too late to feel more energized, more present, and more in control of your mental health. Your brain is still learning, still growing, still capable of beautiful things. And when you treat it with care, when you give it what it needs, it responds in ways that might just surprise you. Even if you've noticed some changes in your memory lately, don't let that discourage you. It's never too late to start showing your brain a little more love. And you don't have to do it alone. Share your journey with others. Tell a friend what you're working on. Invite someone to join you on your daily walk. Start a small gratitude circle where you each share one thing you're thankful for. The more you involve others, the more motivated and supported you'll feel. And if there's ever a moment where you feel stuck or overwhelmed, just come back to this. Small steps. One habit at a time. That's all it takes. You've already taken the first step by watching this video and opening your mind to new possibilities. Now, if this video helped you or brought you even a little bit of clarity or comfort, I'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments. What's one habit you're going to try first, or maybe you've already been doing some of these things? Tell us how it's made a difference for you. Your story might inspire someone else to take their first step. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and hit that subscribe button. We've got so many more conversations just like this, designed to help you feel stronger, healthier, and happier at every stage of life. You're not alone on this journey, and we're right here with you. So here's to you, to your health, your memory, and your incredible potential to keep growing no matter what age you are. Life doesn't slow down after 60. In many ways, it opens up. You've got the wisdom, the experience, and now, the tools to make this next chapter your best one yet. Keep moving, keep learning, and above all, keep believing in yourself. Your brain is listening.